let's talk about Gemini and Mercury and the third house in honor of Gemini season. What is up, alienARMy? I am Oculus, the alien next door, purveyor of esoteric lore. And on this channel, we discuss everything out of this world. Alright, astrology friends, so we are bringing this topic in with another astrology channel session, and we're just going to talk about this in the spirit of Gemini season. So I don't know why I was guided to do this, but when the universe wants me to do something, I show up for it. Gemini season is here, and I don't know when this is going to go up, but it's going to go up in the beginning of Gemini season. So in honor of that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the sign of Gemini, the third house, as well as Mercury. So we are going to be discussing the positive attributes of Gemini as well as the negative attributes of Gemini. So buckle up. Gemini is a mutable air sign, and with the sign of Gemini, we have this very erratic, almost chaotic type of thought going on. So with this quality of Gemini, wherever Gemini is, you might not necessarily have Sun in Gemini, but you might have other celestial bodies in the sign of Gemini, or Gemini midheaven, or Gemini ascendant, or like me, Gemini descendant. Okay, those of you that are still here. Gemini characteristics, I see a lot of shade online regarding them. And this is most likely someone who has experienced some sort of negative aspects of the uninvolved characteristic of the sign of Gemini. Gemini's number one stereotype is two-faced. And remember, you might not necessarily have Sun in Gemini, but you might have another placement in Gemini. So keep that in mind before you go judging on little Gemini, okay? Okay. So for example, if you have Gemini in a particular house, or if Gemini governs a particular celestial body or point on your natal chart, you might want to take note of this two-faced nature, because I have noticed it in myself in regards to seventh house matters, and I see that a lot. And once you recognize the negative attributes of a sign or a placement, then you can move along and innovate yourself into incorporating the positive aspects of this placement. So with Gemini, the memes that I see online and just a lot of shit talk about Gemini, like, now I would say, just slightly off topic, the signs that I've seen kind of like bashed, I mean, we've seen all signs bashed, you know, but I would say the top are probably like Scorpio and Gemini. I don't know, that's just what I see, okay? Like, just for purposes of like internet memes and things like that, okay? So we're talking about Gemini, and the truth is that there can be a complex nature to the sign of Gemini, because it is a sign of duality and it is mutable, and it has to do with thoughts. So someone can be expressing something verbally, but on the inside, it's totally the opposite of what they are saying. And this is where the two-faced dual nature of the sign of Gemini comes into play. So mutable energy, we already know, is a little bit erratic, a little bit chaotic. It's very changeable. It's chameleon-like no matter what sign it is. It can go this way, it can go that way. It's a little bit fickle, okay? And I, for one, I consider myself to be a very fickle, PHIQQLE. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, although to someone who is more grounded and fixed way of thinking, a fickle nature, as with any of the mutable signs, can come off as a bit flaky. So Gemini has this stereotype of being two-faced a lot of times, because when an unevolved aspect of Gemini with that mercurial nature, it's very quick to say something without necessarily thinking about what is coming out of their mouth before they say it. So as with the air signs, we have a Libra, which is going to balance what they're going to say, how the other person might receive what they're going to say. And then we have Aquarius, which might not say anything at all just because they're fixed, and they'll only say something if they decide that they want you to know what the fuck is going on inside their minds. So Gemini, being the mutable sibling of these air signs, as well as governing the house of siblings, the third house, is going to come off sometimes the way they verbally express themselves, if they are unevolved, as a bit immature, because it's just gonna whoosh, it's gonna go right away, and they're quick. It's intelligence, it's intellect. It's like, okay, this thought appeared, boom, it's out of someone's mouth before they realize what the fuck is even being said. So someone can come off as immature with this Gemini characteristic, because they immediately are just going to say something that is a little bit sort of like a sibling rivalry, or like a classmate. Like, let's say you're in the 5th grade and someone is like, yo, mama's so fat, her blood type is ragu, or some shit like that. So it's gonna be on that type of level. Like, they're just gonna come off, but they're not gonna think, and it's gonna be immediate, and it's going to be like sarcasm laced with immaturity. And this is especially if they are angry. Now, an evolved Gemini is also going to be quick-witted with the intelligence and the clapbacks immediately, but it's going to have a more mature way of addressing the point. So they're going to come back quick, and it's going to be sarcasm, but you're not going to really be able to tell if this individual with the evolved Gemini placement was intentionally trying to insult the person, because it's going to come off as suave, whereas an immature characteristic or an unevolved characteristic of the sign of Gemini is just their Mercury really has no governance. It's just sort of like going whichever way it fucking pleases, and it's just like psh, boom, yo mama this, yo mama that, fuck you, fuck that. Okay, so I have Mercury in the 3rd house, all right? I'm not gonna say that I'm above all of this, especially when I was in my maybe immature years along my journey. So I can relate to that a lot. And this is just something that as one evolves, their Mercury placement or Gemini placement is going to evolve and elevate with that individual. So Gemini with the 3rd house, this is always going to come into factor, because remember, this is inquisitiveness, this is curiosity, this is finding out information from one's peers. So peers and siblings are going to be very profound with any type of Gemini placement, because they're going to come off as a little bit of an adolescent, sort of someone who is going through the growing pains, especially if that Gemini placement is unevolved. So when the sibling, let's say, evolves into the more positive attributes of the sign of Gemini, or those 3rd house things, it can be somewhat of like the protective older brother, if you will, that stereotype. So this is someone who is going to maybe clap back with sarcasm for someone else that they care about, instead of just clapping back for no particular reason at their own sibling, if that makes sense. So Gemini characteristics, when they are displayed, and this is why, in my opinion, I believe that Gemini has this sort of like meme-tastic stereotype of being two-faced, is really because they are always in this state of the way that they are on the inside is not what they are telling others on the outside. Remember, this is verbal communication. So when a reporter, for example, individual is interviewing a subject, it's questioning them, it's asking about them, and they are interpreting and computing what that individual is saying back to them, but they are not revealing any information about what they are thinking about the subject. So we can look at it like that. So that's why Gemini, as a shadow aspect, can also have the stereotype of being nosy, because they're just gonna be like a busybody. They're gonna be that sort of like chatty Cathy that's always in everyone's business, and people are like, what's going on here? But it's like that person, that Geminian, is that a word? I don't know what it is now. That Geminian individual is going to want to receive information about their peers in their immediate surroundings, but they're not necessarily going to portray their inner thoughts about the topics that they are questioning others about. So that's why Gemini can have that little bit of like this two-faced type of energy going on. And remember, if it's displayed in the sun sign, the moon sign, the Venus sign, the Mars, what have you, it's always going to come down to the Gemini traits that are incorporated into the arena that that celestial body governs. So if someone has Venus in Gemini, it's going to be displayed that way in relationships. If someone has Mars in Gemini, it's going to be displayed that way, how they are sexually turned on, how their sex drive works, also how they become angry, how they physically attain the means to achieve their goals. So wherever Gemini is in your chart, so for me, for example, I have Gemini in the 7th house. So 7th house is governance of relationships. So if I can't have a conversation with someone, I'm not going to be interested in them, because I need that intellectual type of rapport. So that's just one example. If someone, let's say, has Ascendant in Gemini, this is going to be someone whose Geminian characteristics are going to display itself in every aspect of their experience, because the Ascendant is somewhat of like the icing on the cake of the astrological chart. No matter what you bite into, the taste of the Ascendant is always going to be there. So this is someone who is going to be exploring and receiving input and being broadcast as, viewed by others in these Gemini qualities. Once any individual, because remember, Gemini is in your chart, okay, it's somewhere there, all right, even if it's intercepted, especially if it's intercepted, I would say that you might want to take a look at Gemini qualities that you might have, but you are suppressing within yourself, that you don't really broadcast. But interceptions are another topic. So Gemini with the positive characteristics, now there's always going to be a dual nature, so it's like two sides of the same coin. So this is someone who is able to be quick to interpret information from their immediate environment, to intake it and to decipher immediately what resonates with them. And this can be great, don't laugh, but this can be great especially in like business dealings, or I'm picturing someone playing poker, like that poker face, because the outer is going to belie what the inner is holding inside. And that is really the capstone of Gemini energy when it is evolved, because when someone is quick, remember Mercury is quick to interpret things and pick and choose things from their environment. It's quick, it's like everything is all at once. It's like rapido, okay, because Mercury is fast. He is a fast moving motherfucker. He little red Corvette. That's who fucking Prince was singing about. With that being said, the ability to take in one's immediate surroundings and compute and calculate it without conveying how they are truly taking in and accepting that information, poker game. I'll say it again. That's all I gotta say. You got your poker face on. We got Lady Gaga up in the motherfucking building, okay? That is what's happening with that evolved Gemini, because They are going to not showcase how they really feel unless they know and they intellectualize how it can behoove them to do so. Another positive characteristic of an evolved Gemini is that they have the ability to literally talk to anyone about anything, because Gemini is somewhat of a jack of all trades, the same as its polarity Sagittarius, only in this metaphor it's like a jack of all trades in essence of like they can find commonality with anyone or anything in their environment, and they are able to communicate adequately what they are seeing in their environment. So this is someone who might come off as a bit of a charmer. They might have a few dalliances here, a few dalliances there. The individual in the party who is just moving from group to group and is just conversing with everyone in a way that the individual can relate to that Gemini placement individual. So that is another positive trait, because the jack of all trades in terms of third house matters, which is Gemini, is going to know just a little bit about a lot of it in their immediate environment, in their physical realm. So if they go to a party, they might know the host, but maybe they heard because the host mentioned one of their friends who also happens to be there. The Gemini is able to go up to that friend, hey, oh, you know so-and-so through this and that. Yeah, I was into that too. However they strike up a conversation, they're able to do so smoothly. And with the jack of all trades type of scenario, the polarity of Sagittarius is the same thing, only it's more of a worldly nature. So someone with Sagittarius might be similar to a Gemini in that aspect, only that because that sign governs the ninth house, the Sagittarian influenced individual is going to be able to do the same thing the Gemini individual does at the party, but it's going to converse about more spiritual matters and philosophies. So this Sagittarian individual might be able to go up to a random person at a party and say, oh, I love your bracelet. Did you know that this tribe on Easter Island used to make bracelets just like that? It's more of like grasping at knowledge from the outer realm, whereas Gemini characteristics are going to be grasping at knowledge from the inner realm. Oh, the hostess let me know about you, so I'm going to talk to you about something that is right here in the now, and we'll keep it at that. The Sagittarius individual might approach the same person, see something about that individual here in the now, but they are going to associate it with something that is out there. That made sense. It did, right? Yeah. Another thing with the quality of Gemini and Mercury is that they are supremely intelligent. They learn very quickly. They are fast learners. This is someone who likely is going to be very book smart, not necessarily knowledgeable in depth. Remember, we have jack of all trades energy. It's like they're interested in a lot of things, but don't prefer to dive deep into one thing. So let's say if someone has to study for a test and I can listen, this me right here, okay. If you have to study for a test, and I've done this with my third house fucking Mercury, I won't do shit until literally the night before or even that morning, and then I'll just like read the whole thing. I'll look at it, okay, cool, I got this down pat, boom, and then you fucking ace the test. You get an A++++. So that's what we have going on with Gemini qualities. The way that they're able to interpret knowledge, they don't need a lot of preparation for it. They can just come on the scene, assess something, and immediately it's processed, and that is something that they learned. Now, I'm not saying ask them 2 hours later what the fuck they did, but in the moment, if they need to fucking do that, that's what they will do. And then you ask them later,
hey, you got an A on your test.
Yes, I did.
When did you study?
15 minutes before.
Oh, so what was that test about?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I just tasted. Who cares?
That's me. Yeah. Because that is a mercurial trait. Mercury is fast. It is the swiftest moving planet that revolves around the sun by astrological standards. So it's just, he moving fast. Like I said, little red Corvette. That is Mr. motherfucking Mercury. So now to touch on the third house quality of Gemini and Mercury. As I said, this has to do with communication with one's peers. This has to do with siblings and things like that. So this is like the adolescent phase. I'm not sure if it technically is called that in, you know, astrological terms or whatever, but you know, I see things the way I see them over her, and it's individualistic to me. So I'm just going to say adolescence. So the third house is really how you're communicating in your immediate environment. And the third house is how you're going to find like kinship and camaraderie and commonalities in your inner circle. So your third house, whether it's got Mercury in it or not, whether it's governed by Gemini or not, the third house is just going to show how you communicate with individuals who you would consider to be your peers. So this is not going to be how you're communicating and getting along with your partner. This is not how you are communicating and getting along with your parents. This is not how you are communicating and getting along with a teacher or an authority figure or any type of individual like that. The third house is going to be strictly, it's like, these are my people, you know, these is my peeps right here, you know. So this is how you're going to conduct yourself for the most part with your friendships. Now with Aquarius and the 11th house, now this does govern friendships, but not necessarily how you are interacting with your friends on a day-to-day basis. The 11th house is more about how you view your friendships as a whole, how you have chance encounters that you meet people, and how you view your particular friend group from a distance. And it's also about the difference betwixt this is you, these are your friends, you might have some differences, but you're cool with it, you get along with them, it doesn't matter. Whereas with third house is going to be the same thing. I mean, you get along with them because they're your fucking friends, right? But the third house is going to be more like the similarities that you have with your friends and how you communicate with them verbally. The 11th house with Aquarius is going to be you're cool with the differences that you have betwixt you and your friends, and you communicate telepathically. That might be another video, but who knows, because I got third house Mercury. So that's what I have for the information regarding Gemini. It just depends where the individual is along on their journey, because Gemini unevolved is really like a whirlwind. It's like a tornado that came through, fucked shit up, and vanished into thin air, and motherfuckers are left like climbing through the rubble trying to figure out where the fuck their toilet paper went, because the house is blown away and their bathtub is over there. So the positive characteristics of Gemini is that when they're evolved, that tornado, now it's sort of like they could see into the tornado, so they can listen, they can give great advice. Okay, Gemini placements with that Mercury, because they're quick. I'm not saying that they're going to be compassionate and they're going to bake you cookies and fix you tea and cuddle you. No, because remember, they're cerebral, they're not emotional. But the positive characteristics, if you ask someone with like a Gemini personal placement somewhere, or like a prominent Mercury that is evolved, or a prominent third house that is evolved, they are going to be whoosh, they're quick to assess, because they done been through the tornado and they came out, you know, they had like one of those underground fucking pipes, and they tied a rope to their waist and they were holding on. They're like, all right, we got this, and the tornado passed over them. So now like they already done dealt with it, right? So they can give advice like, listen, this is what it is, and it's quick. They can analyze so quick. They can see what it is that you're potentially missing, which is why you asked them for advice in the first place. And they're like, yo, homie, this is what you got to do. And it can be abrupt. And it might not come off as they're overly caring. They might come off very shrewd and sharp, but they can get to the heart of a matter and explain it to someone verbally in a way that that individual is going to grasp the concept immediately. So that's what I got for you in this Gemini season video. I am Oculus, the alien next door, and we will chit chat again soon.